Heavy rains causing major flooding in various regions of Italy. The bad weather has hit various regions of Italy with many states of emergency, causing road closures and flood warnings. Here is a summary of the situation and road closures. Closed Turin-Aosta motorway in the section between Scarmagno and Ivrea due to the risk of flooding. The Ivrea-Santhia motorway in the section between Ivrea and Albiano di Ivrea is also closed for the same reason. In the lower Avigliana Valley, since this morning the Messa stream has flooded several places, causing flooding in the hamlet of Drobiaglio. Furthermore, a number of people living near the river in the hamlets of Drobiaglio and Grangia were evacuated. Several landslides were also recorded in the Avigliana town of Corso Laghi. The Frejus motorway tunnel was closed and reopened for technical reasons. Regarding the railways, the SFM 1 Chieri-Rivarolo-Canavese line is closed in the section between Settimo Torinese and Rivarolo-Canavese, again due to the risk of flooding. The Frejus railway tunnel is also closed, but will reopen tomorrow, Friday 18. In Turin, the Murazzi is closed as a precaution. As expected, the river levels are slowly rising but are still within warning limits and, for the time being, no signs of landslides have been reported in the hilly areas. The situation of the Stura River appears particularly problematic, as it has exceeded the warning threshold at the height of the Ferdinando di Savoia Bridge, which connects to Corso Giulio Cesare, and is approaching the danger level. As a precaution, the infrastructure was closed in the morning but reopened in the afternoon. The Amadeo 8 bridge on the Settimo Road is also closed. In the afternoon, the bridges over the Dora Riparia, Carpanini and Bologna rivers were also closed. The Umberto I bridge, which connects Corso Vittorio Emanuele II with Corso Moncalieri, and Corso Fiume, continues to be monitored by the local police patrols present at the scene. Heavy rain accompanied by gusts of wind caused several trees to fall in Crocetta, in the Michelotti Park and on Strada Aeroporto, without any consequences. The current bad weather conditions have also caused some delays in the implementation of the Amiet waste collection service in the northern part of Turin, which has been in the recovery phase since the afternoon. Restrictions and diversions of alternative routes for public transport lines GTT 8, 27, 49 and 93. Line 4 is limited to Piazza Derna. The Falcera district is connected by bus from Piazza Derna and transits in Corso Vercelli. Settimo Torinese remains connected to Turin by transit from Viale Puglia, Lungostura Lazio, Viale Ivrea and Corso Vercelli. The Egyptian Museum is closed today due to heavy rains that caused problems at the construction site inside the building. It will reopen tomorrow, April 18. Agli after the floods in the historic center last night, Provincial Road 52 is closed due to new flooding. Almi's very critical situation in Almi's due to the overflowing river Messa. Mayor Andrea Cavalier issued an ordinance ordering the closure of the following bridges, Vecchio, D'Acquisto and Percecchio. Various interventions by the fire brigade in the municipal area were carried out to guarantee the safety of citizens. Floods also occurred in the districts of San Mauro and Rivera. The hamlet of Mirando was completely blocked. The mayor signed an ordinance prohibiting transit and parking in Via Bertolo, Piazza della Fiera, Via Avigliana, from Piazza Martiri della Liberta to the junction with Via Romana, Via Roma, the stretch between Piazza Martiri della Liberta and Via Macari, and Piazza Martiri della Liberta. In Avigliana, since the morning the situation has been very critical in the hamlet of Drobiaglio, where the water level of the Messa River has risen to the level of the entrances of the houses and residents have been evacuated. The area near the former State Road 24 is also flooded, and the road to Castellet is closed. Problems also for those living in the hamlet of Grangia. The ring road around the city, with two tunnels connecting the highway to the isthmus between the two lakes, has been closed. One-way traffic on Provincial Road 188 due to a landslide in the hamlet of Mortera. In Bartonecchia, Provincial Road 235 towards the hamlet of Roquemals was closed from km1 to km7 plus 500 due to a fallen tree. In Brichereggio, Provincial Road 158 was closed due to flooding between km8 and km10 plus 542, the former State Road 589 was closed this morning, from km 11,800 to km 13,550, due to flooding. In Burriasco, Provincial Road 160 was closed between km 0 and km 3+800 due to flooding caused by the overflow of the Lamina watercourse. It was reopened around 11 a.m. with supervision provided by the Municipal Civil Protection. In Butigliera Alta, Provincial Road 185 was closed due to flooding between km 4+400 and km 4+700. In Capri, Provincial Road 199 was closed due to flooding at km 1+200 and from km 3 to km 3+750. In Castellet this morning, the Provincial Road 198 Branch 01 was closed due to flooding between km 0 and km 2+300, in the area of the hamlet of Grangiato. In the afternoon, the former State Road 24 was also closed in the section bordering Avigliana, again due to flooding. In Castagneto, the former State Road 590 was closed due to a landslide in the Barracone area at km 24+900. Several trees were also uprooted and the same road was cut off again at km 19+800. In Castellamont this morning, the municipality ordered the evacuation of 5 families, 2 from Strada Castelnuovo Nigra and 3 from the hamlet of Preparetto. The landslide that occurred in the Crosa area had a front of about 400 meters. In Castelnuovo Nigra, the Provincial Road 60 Villa Castelnuovo was closed due to being blocked by a landslide along the route. In Castiglione Torinese, the Provincial Road 92 towards Settimo Torinese is closed due to flooding between km 0+925 and km 2+963. In Cavour, the ford on the Pellis River in the hamlet of Zucchia along the Provincial Road 152 between km 6+100 and km 6+300 remains closed as a precaution. In Chiaverano, the municipality has issued a preventive evacuation order for buildings, due to the hydrogeological risk, in several locations: Giordana, Vedria, Vicaria, Turico Sopra, Turico Sotto, Serra, Riva and Zuin. Meanwhile, due to flooding, Provincial Road 81 and the cycle path have been closed in the hamlet of Chivasso in Betlem. The bridge over the Po River is closed due to the high criticality of the river. The former State Road 590 is impassable both towards San Rafael Semina and towards San Sebastiano de Pa, via Ragazzi, and the access to via Brozola are also impassable due to bad weather. Losses of at least €2 million, according to Coldiretti. There are currently around 1,000 hectares of crops lost throughout the Turin region. The Dora Balti has overflowed, flooding, according to initial estimates, more than 500 hectares of fields that had just been planted with corn. Farmers also report that the barns have been evacuated due to the flooding of the Dora Balti and Ciusella di Strambino. The immersion under 3 meters of water also brought with it a large amount of mud that will cover the fields for days even when the water recedes. The areas most affected at the moment are the municipalities of Strambino, Vestine, Visce, Fiorano Canavese, Pavone Canavese, and in general the entire central hydraulic plain of Ivrea. The Malone River has also flooded, and not only flooded the fields but also eroded them, washing away the soil and the seeds that had just been planted. Floods also occurred along the Orco River and its tributaries such as the Malzina and along the lower reaches of the Dora Riparia, where the agricultural plains between Castellet and Alpignano were submerged. Other flooded areas were recorded in Castellet and Druento. In the Pinerolo area, the Lamina flooded and invaded corn fields. That is the information we can convey, hopefully useful.